This new joint, man. I guess we're gonna call it na 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 na.
He was real. You see him on Bankhead every day. You feel me? He really out here with us.
My hood, Bankhead, y'all know what it is, man. We finna turn up tonight, man. As y'all see, man, we don't need no security. Y'all pay that security, yeah.
Shawty Lo now got killed that early this morning. As you can see, you got a couple of news people down there.
The crowds that are behind me, they are all over the streets here. They're playing his music. And everyone tonight paying respects here to the man they call the King of Bankhead.
He was a leader of my community.
Before we get into this video is not going to resolve what happened to Lo. What it's going to do is go back through the record and look at the questions fans raised in the comments on the last video, the ones nobody's going back to answer. Someone who says they were a first responder at Lo's crash showed up in the comments of our last video. They said it was simple. He was speeding. He saw a cop on the side of I-285. He tried to exit at Cascade Road, but he was going too fast. He lost control. End of story. 17 people replied, not because they thought the commenter was lying, because the official account, the one the police gave, the one the autopsy put in writing, leaves questions sitting in the record that nobody went back to answer.
It's crazy, man, you know what I'm saying?
You've been partying like a month straight, nigga.
Well, I've been partying, I'm tired, man. Probably got a bag to put on my ass, man, you know. Yeah. But it's, you know what I'm saying, we gotta keep it moving, man, you know what I'm saying? Believe that. This how we do it, man. Look, big watch, call it timepiece. Hoes watch, they eyeball me. On that low, but they call me Shawty. Bankhead ball shooting city. This new joint, man. I guess we're gonna call it na 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 na.
On a developing story in South Fulton County, police are investigating a deadly hit-and-run crash off 285. We first told you about this breaking story when we came on the air at 4:30. Channel 2's Audrey Washington live near the Cascade Road exit, and Audrey, police reopened that ramp in the last 10 minutes.
And right now, police also do not have a clear description of that hit-and-run driver whom they say caused this deadly crash. Now, this investigation, as you say, just wrapped up a few moments ago. But I want to show you some video from earlier in the morning here in South Fulton County. This all happened along the I-285 southbound, right at the Cascade Road exit ramp. Police tell us this accident happened at around 2 this morning. It involved a white Audi A7 sedan. They say the car was hit by an unknown driver. The car went over the guardrail, hit 2 trees, and then caught on fire. 1 person is dead, 2 others were injured and have been taken to the nearest hospital. Morning. Right now, I'm working to get an update on the condition of those 2 people who survived this crash and are now at a nearest hospital. As soon as I have some new information about this hit-and-run crash that left 1 person dead, I will bring it to you.
2 women walked away from a car fire with non-life-threatening injuries. The driver was ejected and sadly pronounced dead. The autopsy report named both women. It documented what they told police. It documented what was found on the body. It documented what happened to the money. And when you read it word by word, something doesn't add up, not in a conspiracy. In the facts, we go back to September 21st, 2016, and we look at what is actually in the record. Carlos Walker sadly buried his father that Tuesday. 2 days before he died, he and a producer named Swift had finished a song. They called it Letter to My Father.
Daddy gone, I know it home, I know it big. Damn my pig, the spirit is free.
Swift would later say they had just finished the video dedication, just buried him 2 days ago, and he had to deal with this. He left behind 11 children of his own. He knew what it meant to be a father. The song was his way of saying it.
It's your boy Shawty Lo, live from Bankhead. Shouts out to allhiphop.com. Yeah.
First question I gotta ask you, man, what's up with the G-Unit situation, man?
Everything good, man. 2013, man, finna be a big year, man, so y'all stay focused, man. Got big stuff coming, new artists is coming, everything.
All right, we live here at the video shoot, man. Tell us what song you shooting this for and what's the name, who you doing the song with?
This song right here is called New Money, man. New Money, we turn it up, man. I got some of my young artists from the A-Town, man, Young Scooter, Cash Out. You know what I'm saying? We bless y'all with this track, man, and then we shooting the video, so y'all stay tuned.
All right. People been really critical of your family, man. What do you want people to know about your family?
Hey, big ups, man. You know what I'm saying? We love all y'all, man. You know what I'm saying? Shit, we here, you know. Ain't nothing I can change, you know. I got 9 girls, 2 boys. I take care of all mine. Some of y'all don't take care of one. What's that?
Lo spent the evening at the Blue Flame Lounge on Harwell Road in Atlanta. This was not a random stop. It was a regular part of his world. When his funeral procession was organized weeks later, they drove his body back past the Blue Flame on the way to burial. That's how connected he was to that place.
Now, let's talk about the nightlife a little bit.
Okay.
Strip clubs. Favorite strip club in the city?
Well, you know, I got to get to my man Mike Cato, you know what I'm saying? I'm from Bankhead, you know. I got to go with the Blue Flame. The Blue Flame, that's why I took my mother there. My mama's birthday is tomorrow on the 30th, so I took my mama there last night. That was her first time there. It's all over my IG. People want to see it. Instagram even took a video down, say it was too much, I guess. But the Blue Flame, you know, I like Magic City, Onyx, Shooter's Alley, Pink Pony. There's some of my spots like that.
Now you took your mother to Blue Flame.
Yeah.
Now, did people find that kind of crazy, or was she just treated like a regular, or how did that work?
They treat her like a queen because they know the king of Bankhead. You know what I'm saying? Well, it's on IG, y'all see it, man. That's by, you know what I'm saying? That's by hood, man. And right now, when I got a couple of my little youngins with me, you know what I'm saying? Shawty Lo _KOB.
What did she think of her experience?
Oh, mama, she loved it, man. You know, when she started getting a little too much juice in her system, I had to go on the pull out, take her home, man. Cause she was running around throwing someone mine and doing crazy stuff. She was dancing with the dance.
Now, what about regular clubs? Do you have a regular club that you're fond of in Atlanta? Favorite nightclub?
You know, my club Crucial on Bankhead, Josephine Lounge, Poppin', Medusa, the Gold Room. You know, there's some of my spots I like to chill at, man. Got some nice girls there, man, you know. I like them foreign things. Yeah. The nightlife is the life in Atlanta. That would make people want to move here when they come because they get experience on the weekend, and, man, and it'll be hard for them to want to go back home, and they try to get them chips up, man. I look for jobs on the internet because they ready to get here. Get back to it. Meet us on Bankhead, Little Ocean, man. You know, they call the front of my strip Bankhead where we be at. We call it Little Ocean Drive now, you know what I'm saying? So, y'all meet us on Bankhead, Little Ocean, man. That's where we at, man. Boys in the Hood, Barbershop, man. ORG, man. Studio, we right there, connected.
Somewhere between midnight and 2 in the morning, he got into his 2016 Audi with 2 women. The autopsy report would later identify them by name. He got on I-285 southbound. At some point on that highway, he was moving fast enough that both women in the car told him to slow down. He didn't. What happened next is where the official story and the questions begin. Here is the initial account released by Fulton County Police the morning of September 21st.
On a developing story in South Fulton County, police are investigating a deadly hit-and-run crash off 285.
The first version was a hit and run. Carlos Walker's manager, Johnny Cabell, put out the initial report.
We got a person on the phone right now. Actually, Shawty Lo's manager.
Johnny Cabell.
Johnny Cabell. Good morning, Johnny.
Good morning, man.
Sorry for your loss, man.
Yes,
we send
our condolences
bro.
to you, his family, and everybody.
Yeah, I'm right here with the whole D4F family. Moot B, Stuntman, Lil Mark, and waiting on Faye to come.
What do we know so far?
I had to be around about 4 something, and I just heard, you know, that Low was ejected from a car. He was leaving from the Blue Flame. You know, he was on Cascade. He got hit off Cascade, and he was ejected from the car. And he died on sight.
Yeah. Was he by himself, or did he have somebody with him?
I'm still trying. That's the part I'm trying to figure out. You know, I think somebody was with him, but I can't verify who it was just yet.
Yeah, they are saying there are 2 other people in the vehicle that are in the hospital now.
Yeah. It's just hard because we just buried his father. Just past Saturday.
Well, we all know Shawty Lo for also being a great father to his own children too.
Exactly, he was definitely there for his kids, and that's why I just needed support and the prayers from everybody. So, because he was definitely a father to his kids, and Lo, he was just real. He was just real all the way around the board. Anything anybody asked him to do, we always showed support. He was always there. This one hard right here.
Man.
This one hard right here.
Sorry for your loss, Johnny, man. Salute to the whole Bankhead, Bowen Holmes, D4L.
Yeah, y'all just keep us in y'all prayers, man. Just pray for his mom and pray for his family.
And Johnny, please keep us updated when you have information on any type of memorials, services, anything where people can donate, whatever it is that has to be done.
I appreciate that.
Thank you, Johnny.
All right, bro.
Reports say the man who died in this crash may be a local rapper. We hear from local DJ Ryan Cameron with V103 that the person who may have died in this crash is Atlanta rapper Shawty Lo. We're told 2 cars were involved. One hit a white vehicle. That vehicle went off the road, hit some trees, caught fire. We're told 1 person was ejected.
By later that morning, police had changed the classification. Hit and run became single car accident. No other vehicles involved. That reclassification was never explained publicly in any detail. The 911 call audio was released the following Monday. Officers were first on scene before fire or medical arrived. In the recording, an officer told their dispatch, the person was ejected. They're reporting they have 2 females outside the vehicle with some injuries. They can't advise on what the injuries are. The vehicle is still burning. One of the 2 women, who later spoke to 11 Alive, she said she was doing okay, considering everything that had happened. She was wearing a neck brace. That is the last public statement either woman made. The official cause of death, blunt force injuries of the head, consistent with ejection from the vehicle on impact. The manner of death, accidental, case closed. Except the autopsy report told a more complicated story than the press release did. The Fulton County Medical Examiner's autopsy report was released on October 17, 2016, nearly 4 weeks after the crash. Most of what the media covered was the cause of death, blunt force trauma, ejection, fire. But the report contained details that received almost no attention at the time. Out of respect for Lo, this video won't detail those specifics here. They're part of the autopsy record for anyone who wants to look. But we will take a closer look at one detail listed in the report. The money. It's alleged that Lo had a large sum of money when the car went over the guardrail. The exact amount was never disclosed publicly. What the autopsy does document is what happened to it on the scene. The record does not resolve what the autopsy documents about the money and what the person in the comments says about it. One is a filed public document. The other is a YouTube comment from someone we cannot independently verify. Both exist. Neither has been publicly adjudicated. $16.35. Now, after our first video dropped, the person who identified themselves as a first responder at the scene came back to the comments a second time. Someone asked them directly about Lo's chain and watch, saying both had never been publicly accounted for. That claim can't be verified, but the question was asked. The commenter's response was this: everything recovered was given to the police. The 2 women asked for the cash, but his supervisor collected it all and handed it over. The autopsy report says officers allowed the women to remove items from the body. The person in the comment says his supervisor denied that request and handed everything to police. Both accounts may be describing the same scene from 2 different vantage points. What I can say is this: the autopsy is a public document and it says what it says. The comment is a first-hand account from someone who was there. We are not in a position to resolve that. Perhaps nobody publicly is. Here is a detail most people don't know. When Lo's death was first reported on the morning of September 21st, it was not called a single car accident.
Breaking news in this hit-and-run accident we've been covering all morning. Reports say the man who died in this crash may be a local rapper. We hear from local DJ Ryan Cameron with V103 that the person who may have died in this crash is Atlanta rapper Shawty Lo.
A hit and run, meaning another vehicle, meaning someone else was on that road.
Happened early this morning when Shawty Lo lost control of his vehicle on the I-285 exit.
Have a clear description of that hit-and-run driver whom they say caused this deadly crash. Now,
within hours, Fulton County Police reclassified it and issued a statement stating it has been confirmed now that it was a single car accident, no other vehicles involved.
Good morning, guys. Well, Shawty Lo's fans on Twitter are sounding off. They're waking up shocked this morning, learning the news of his death. Now, Dish Nation confirmed with Shawty Lo's manager that he was the man behind the wheel of the 2016 Audi that was involved in this crash last night.
What changed in those hours? What investigation produced that reclassification? No public statement explained the process. No additional witnesses were named publicly. The reclassification happened and the story moved on. Now here is what the record does and does not explain when you put it all together. The record explains that Lo was speeding. 2 women in the car said so. A person claiming to be a first responder said so. The Cascade Road exit ramp is a sharp curve. An Audi A7 going too fast at 2:20 in the morning could leave the road exactly the way the witnesses described. None of the verified facts contradict that sequence of events. The record does not explain how a crash is initially reported as a hit and run and reclassified as a single car accident within hours, with no public account of what changed.
That was involved in this crash last night.
The record doesn't explain the contradiction between the Autopsy's account and accounts available online. The public record appears to be incomplete. Those are different things. One is an accusation. The other is a fact about what documents exist and what questions they leave open. People who love Shawty Lo have been sitting with an incomplete record for nearly a decade. The comments paint the picture. That is not the end of the story. That actually is the story. Carlos Walker was 40 years old. He had spent 17 years in the music industry by then, from the formation of his group in 2003 to his deal with G Unit South in 2011 to the King of Bankhead mixtape in 2015.
I know we about to shoot some movies in the ATL now, Fizz.
Oh yeah, we can make it going, man. The deal with the D4LG and the deal is it's a beautiful thing.
It's a beautiful thing, man. So they said it's a 50-50?
Yeah, it's actually like a joint venture setup, right?
I can't believe I spent $6 on a strip club last night, man. And they didn't get naked. Boy, that's crazy. But don't think about it though. Them girls, they beautiful here, boy. They beautiful in New York, but they ain't get naked though. 6,000, see some tops. It's all good. See the Dominican shit. God damn.
Jen, how much you spent last night?
0.
Gotta marry.
G-Unit now, are you making any explicit changes to your label, D4L, or are you keeping things the same, or how's that interworking with your whole G-Unit deal?
Basically, I had to make changes. You know, I had to hire more staff because the deal was a big deal. You know what I'm saying? $10 million deal, but the $10 million ain't for me to just play with. It's for me to go recruit artists from everywhere. But you know, I'm not listening. I'm not signing in artists. The artists, you know, it takes more than just rapping. They gotta like. I want to see a movement. You know what I'm saying? Like create a look like a movement for themselves. And that's when that what kind of artists I want to sign.
How are you able to determine, as far as your entourage and the people that you hire? How are you able to determine like who to trust, who to really work with well, and
like I have staff been with me, you know what I'm saying, for a couple of years now, and you know, when I work off the gym, because they, you know what I'm saying, they work very hard. They the team will put with me like when I first started, you know what I'm saying, like a publicist, my manager, my right hand man, you know what I'm saying, the people like they help me determine who we need to work with us in the company.
Okay. So, are you changing, well, I would guess not, but are you changing, I guess, Shawty Lo in a way because of the deal, or just everything's going to be the same as it was before you got the deal? But then again, you said that you and you and 50 Cent are both bosses, so, I mean, are there any other changes, or are you still going to maintain that role as a boss, holding your own, doing what you've been doing for years? How's that?
Yeah, I got to stay that way if I change and try to do something else, you know what I'm saying? People probably won't accept that.
Right.
He had watched Gucci go from a collaborator to a man who looked different when he came home from federal prison. He had watched the city change around him. He had watched Bowen homes get torn down.
Was handcuffed and taken to jail as after a judge revoked part of Radrick Davis's probation. Prosecutors complained that the rapper had only completed 25 hours of the 600 hours of community service he was ordered to perform. Channel 2's Tom Jones was in the courtroom, and he's live at the Fulton Courthouse with the new developments. Tom.
Good afternoon, Fred. The judge said, judging by his record, Radrick Davis, otherwise known as Gucci Mane, is not a worthy candidate for probation. So the judge decided to end a portion of his probation and send him to jail.
Mr. Davis, I'm going to revoke 1 year.
Fulton County Superior Court Judge John Gogurt decided to revoke 1 year of Radrick Davis's 3.5 years of probation on an assault charge. That means the rapper known as Gucci Mane will have to serve that 1 year in jail. The judge made that decision after hearing Davis has only completed about 25 hours of the 600 hours he was ordered to perform 2 years ago. It also didn't help Gucci Mane when prosecutors mentioned that he violated the terms of his probation by drinking alcohol and doing drugs.
Did the defendant admit using marijuana to you?
Yes, sir, he did. Marijuana and ecstasy.
Just before the judge revoked part of Davis's probation, he asked the rapper if he had anything to say. Gucci Mane told the judge he'd performed community service by speaking to children at schools and events, and that he was sorry that the unapproved appearances weren't properly documented.
I promise you, I will never do this again. I will never come back into your courtroom. I just have one more chance.
And of course, he didn't get that.
You already know what's happening. Man, I already mounted it. $1 million worth of notes, I already counted it. Big this loud shout it, turn the Gucci bag, shout it. Goddamn, must be 2 sides. Goddamn, dog. I gotta get my mixtape back on. I gotta get my mixtape on. Come on.
I first met Gucci in the cab kind of, we was Salty Cab Mall, and he was with 2 of his homeboys, and I was out walking, I was with 1 or 2 of my homeboys, and we was gonna say, I think we had switched numbers or whatever, and however, then we had did a song called Strap Mine. I came down to fuck with him. We was at Patchwork one day. I guess we felt each other bad. Like, you know, I was like, damn, that's a real street nigga like me, and I guess he felt the same. And we been like, shit, we been kicking like we know each other since goddamn knee up. You know what I'm saying?
Casino right here at Gucci Mane house. I ain't gotta go no further. Shawty Lo. This shit. I gotta play that. Right, let's get this shit out. Rats. No rats, man. Real street nigga walk around that shit on them, man. Real street nigga walk around that shit on them, man. We the authentic trap boy. We need some authenticity to this shit. Like, you got all this shit, like, the folks trying to, you know what I mean, copy, you know what I mean? We who they copy. It's not even our rock style, but our lifestyle. You know what I mean? Our lifestyle has been copied and put on wax. And then they really see a real nigga doing that shit. He be like, damn, man, that's really a real nigga finally made in the rap game or doing something. You know what I mean? That's why a nigga got so many fans. It ain't how you rap, even though he a fine rapper. Is I fuck with it. I bought into it. You know what I mean? My boy, keep it real, keep it 100. I want to hear what he got to say. If he was a fuck nigga, you don't know fuck nigga got to say. Period. He opened his mouth, like, man, nigga, fuck nigga.
On the dogs with ATL, man. West of the East, man.
Yeah, we gotta do an album together. Put this shit out, like, you know what I mean? Like, Juice, Untimely, and Wayne, call that shit a stupid name, had the whole shit on fire. We gonna do what we gotta do.
The Wizard.
The Wizard, you a free man, baby. Talk to your fans, honey.
Happy Memorial Day weekend. Thank you to my fans.
And through all of it, he had kept making music. His second studio album was called Rico. It was released in March 2017, 6 months after he died. He never heard the final version.
Hello, and I'm finna take you out through, you know what I'm saying, where I'm from, where I was born and raised, the project. It's called Bowen's Homes. We're pulling up on it right now, so we're finna give it a turn in, let you see it. You know what I'm saying, Born Home, like, it's like Born Home, it's an artist itself. This is the apartment when I was born and raised. See right here, I'm gonna pull up in and let you see it. It was my home. My grandma died right here. I seen her towed out of there. She died for cancer. Coming up, my mother was on drugs, and my daddy, he was elsewhere, and my grandmother raised me. And you know, and that's all I seen, and that's all I know. I came into the life of crime, like, at first I started robbing,
Then, you know, I ended up started trying to sell drugs. I used to see the dope boys in the Cadillacs, you know, dealing with the girls and stuff. But as a young guy, I used to come out here, and I'm gonna show you what I used to do. I used to walk this pole, man. I'm showing you, I don't know if I still got it, man. I got my balance on. I used to walk this pole right here. I used to walk it. Still got it, boy. Hold on. Hold on. All right. I can't get it no more. It's shaking. If it wasn't shaking, I used to walk it all the way down when I was younger, though. They say I'm ghetto struck, man. I love the hood, man. I love to be where my people at. That's where I feel safe at.
The questions around that night in September 2016 are not going to be resolved here. The women never gave a public account beyond what went into the autopsy. The hit-and-run reclassification was never explained. What the comments told us is that the people who loved Lo still have questions, and what is in the documents is this. On September 21, 2016, Carlos Walker left the Blue Flame Lounge around 2 in the morning. He had buried his father 2 days before. He had 2 women in the car. He was moving too fast. He went over a guardrail. He was ejected. The car caught fire. He was tragically pronounced dead on scene. The women walked away. $16.35 was what was left behind.
Something right here, man, called Talk of the Town, man. You know what I'm saying? Me and 50 Cent, man. That's what they do. We gon' talk, they gon' hate on you. I hear another story, man. I'm a Shawty Lo.